So is this building gonna be asbestos brittle like Sunnyland was?
No. Well, no. I think it was like before that time too.
Sweet, before
It's
asbestos.
it's like the shell and concrete.
There's this guy I work with. Who's talked about. He's one of the Freemasons. He's part of the lodge in Tallahassee. And to become a Freemason, you have to be brought in by another member. And he's talking about bringing me in.
Really?
Yeah.
You should do it, but then you can't talk about what goes on.
Yeah, I could. I'm gonna keep that secret. I'm just not gonna like go fucking blabbering out on the internet. I don't tell people about it.
You gotta, yeah.
I don't think they really changed the traditions much over the years. You see their clothing?
Yeah.
God, I think they're stuck in 1200.
This place is pretty good.
So if we find a dead body, we just leave it, right? Sometimes we never found it, or we call the cops. Or say leave it.
I'm not gonna drink just in case we get stopped by someone.
Oh, I got an idea. What you do is you hop in the back seat, throw on a seatbelt. When they pull up to the actual driver's door, there'll be nobody that's sitting there, and they won't be able to charge anyone for it.
Yeah. Who's driving?
No, it's just been on cruise control.
It's one of those self-driving cars.
The guy went ghost walking at about 55. He jumped out of the car and just tumbled.
He's over there somewhere.
He's about 20 miles back. He was really drunk, officer.
You should probably go get him. Go out to Ouija board too, by the way.
Oh my god, you want to do it here? The mosquitoes aren't bad.
You got a Ouija board?
Yeah, I made one. Do you want to see it?
We have it with you?
Yeah, we brought it.
Yeah.
I was
It's as good a
expecting.
place as any to be like killed by poltergeists. Yeah, let's do it.
let's do it. Why not? You only live once.
Then at one point, I'm gonna run away from the both of y'all.
Of course you will. Your car drives away.
No, what I'm really gonna do is I'm gonna knock
look out.
Jessica down, take your keys, and drive away in her car.
I would be late for class every time I went to lunch with you.
But we always had good lunches. And by the point, do you remember those things that you would have learned in class? Probably not.
No.
But do you remember the times we used to have? Not all of them.
Yeah.
But they were good, some of them.
Yeah. When you weren't driving away and I was stranded.
Oh my god, I actually did that to you, didn't I?
Yeah, a
Well, I
lot.
was an asshole to you. I am really sorry.
Do you remember when you crashed into the light post because you were doing circles in the McDonald's parking lot? You were trying to throw pennies at Ron's car.
Yeah. I was an asshole.
And you were so proud of yourself for hitting that light post. You knocked out your whole headlight.
Oh man.
I got it fixed with a golf club later.
I stopped sitting in the passenger seat, like the front passenger seat after that.
Well, that's why you did that. Yeah. The only thing that would make this even better is this is a mental asylum or prison.
Oh god.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I've been exploring a lot of abandoned mental asylums up in New York lately.
I'm sure you've also been exploring a lot of non-abandoned mental asylums. I say right there on the tree stump. That's
Actually,
a
that
good
looks
place.
like a good.
I made this thing.
Good backpacks, good quality. You're not talking about that, are you?
No.
Oh.
I'm talking about this.
My god, it's bedazzled.
Bam.
It's got like crystals in it and stuff.
And a key.
We're going.
So I'm gonna start stripping down, so be prepared for that.
Get naked and run.
All you see left is me and my shoes.
You're just like running.
My ass glows in the dark, so I leave it as a beacon.
White candles are believed in a cult to ward off negative energy, so it's good that you brought those.
TBR.
The Pab's just kind of like, what the fuck?
This is here would be a southern Ouija board.
Yeah. We're practicing this summer.
Well, whenever spirit might be around, is already probably pissed off at our disrespect.
Yeah, he's like, you.
Shine the light on the
Dude, he's
recording.
probably posing for a video right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay. 1, 2. Oh shit, never mind. I gotta get the flash going.
Wait,
It's almost ready?
almost.
I don't know when it's ready.
It's a disposable camera. It should be easy
We're-
to use. You just twist it.
It's old, it's ancient, okay? Well, not this, but
So is the hammer, but it's pretty simple.
Hopefully it'll come out. There'll probably be like an angry old person sitting like in the middle.
Look at us all.
Seriously, I feel like we're being watched.
I've had that feeling since we've been here.
I feel like we're being watched.
Imagination.
It's too late. Since you're gonna go spill my name, I'm gonna go spill yours.
Steven.
Also, Jessica, great idea to bring us here.
I'm gonna edit that out, you ass.
By the way.
I'm pretty sure ouija falls under sorcery, which is against the law in Georgia.
Is it really?
I don't know, but it would make
It
sense.
probably would be, yeah.
I mean, we're in Georgia.
Yeah.
I imagine.
We are in Georgia, damn.
So I'm not sure what we're supposed to do to start it. I think you're supposed to do like a few circles or something.
Yeah, and then put it in
Like, however many people are.
3 circles. I think it might be clockwise, I'm not sure. I don't
So
even
you
know
gotta do 3 circles.
We have 3 smartphones here. Why doesn't one of us just look up the information?
Okay, fine. Definitely.
This keeps going
Wait,
out.
do these only have to be yes or no questions, or can I ask like all these specific things?
You can
It'll
ask
spell it out.
specific things.
They'll spell it out.
All right. This is. I probably shouldn't do this for long. My questions are dumb. Very first question is whether or not they've got a driver's license.
We as the people that
It's probably bad to be joking. And
we have to be serious. Since
I'm
we're
unsure of what to ask.
Yeah.
Did they work in the sugar factory? Was there cocaine here? Is that why it was called a
yeah,
sugar factory?
I'm pretty sure a lot of people died that worked here. And they were probably slaves.
Yeah.
I'm not being sarcastic to somebody who had to suffer like that.
Okay.
Can't do it.
Alright, we'll just ask straight up questions then.
Alright.
I don't know if you know about the urn that I found.
No, this is the first time I've heard about it.
Okay, well, I told Steven about it, but when I was about like 17, I was in Jacksonville with some friends one night, and we went to check out a graveyard, and there was a little metal box sitting on a bench, had like a name, birthday, death date, but when I shook it, there was something hard, so I thought it was like jewelry or something, someone's belongings, and well, I took it and snuck it into my room and busted it open, and it was just a bag of ashes. And that's when I learned what an urn was, and
Educational experience.
and
Somehow I feel like that was a positive way to learn. Like,
well, I took the ashes to my friend Jessie because she had a car back then, and I figured, okay, I'll do the
was
right
it
thing.
Tupac's? You
What?
found Tupac's dead body.
No,
He was
no.
really dead.
Yo, what's the name right now?
I took the ashes to my friend Jessie so she could drive me up to the beach. I could scatter the ashes and do the right thing. We took it to McDonald's first because we were hungry, and
God, this
you know
is
it's
horrible.
mean to leave someone in a hot car. So we took it, we gave it a seat of its own, and
Well, that was at least
ate
made
lunch.
it better for stealing it and breaking it open.
you know. But you know, we get back in the car, we're driving to the beach, and I start texting everybody like, oh, I found a dead body. We're gonna go dump it in the beach, and like.
God,
5 minutes later, I get a phone call from one of my friends, Michael, and he's like, "What did you say the name was?" I can't remember what it is now. But
they weren't surprised. More asking,
I-
why do you have a dead body? You can't
No,
tell me you have a dead
no,
body.
I
I
told him
think
what
there's a
the name
physical
was.
dead body. Like, if Steven hit me up going, I got a dead body in my car. You want to help me dump it in the ocean? I'd be like, dude, an essay.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't call it.
Well,
That's in
no,
your
I
hand.
told him what the name was, and then he freaked
Yeah, I
out.
know.
He was like, "Dude, don't dump those ashes. That's my grandma."
Oh shit.
I took his dead grandma to McDonald's.
That's what we're going to start with.
Yep.
All right. That I believe in that stuff 100%. If you apparently had some sort of like thing haunting you during pregnancy and it stopped after pregnancy,
Our posters like fall off the fucking wall every now and then.
Your
They're in
child's
with
possessed.
nails. They are in with nails, and they'll randomly fall down. I've
Yeah.
had to hang up this Ouija board, another Ouija board,
there's an
on the
old
wall
lady
like 3
possessing your
times at
child.
least.
Your child's possessed.
Dude, no, I saw a psychic,
Yeah.
and she knew that there was something latched on to
She
me
knew it was
without
a
me even
woman,
saying
too.
anything. She said there's an older woman, she had a very hard life, and she is very angry, and she's latched onto you, and you need to do like the sage cleansing around your house.
Yeah.
And after I did the sage cleansing, like nothing weird's
As
happened.
long as you do
What
that
about the
regularly.
posters falling off the wall?
Oh, I haven't fallen down.
The top.
Yeah. I
Well-
just saged my dad's house because the paint peeled off his bedroom walls the other day.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's really all kinds of crazy stuff has happened. Like I haven't showed you the picture yet. But, no, I mean my uncle. My dad died November 2013.
Yeah.
And shortly before he died, his house burned down, so they renovated the whole thing. My uncle took a picture in the kitchen, like months after he was already dead, to like show me what they had done in the kitchen. And you can see my dad standing there, leaning over the kitchen counter, like away from the camera. That sent me the picture. And he was working on the house like a few weeks ago. And he's like, "You're never gonna believe what happened." And he said he like stacked this like a mattress against one of the side walls to get it out of the way while he was working. And apparently, I guess my dad or whatever didn't like it being there because he said it like literally slid across the room.
Oh my god.
He said his dog won't even go in the house. Yeah.
All right. So, since we all get to also share about somebody that they feel like was kind of following them around for a bit. I had a friend that passed away by suicide years ago, back in 2008.
Same here.
So after he passed away, a couple years went by. I go outside, and I go to the top of this little mountain. And I never really felt things were right with his passing. So, like, I don't know why, I just never felt like things were right set. And I hadn't seen an animal or heard any sort of animal the whole time we were there. We had been there for about 3 days. It was like Martin Luther King weekend. Mm-hmm. And so I'm up there, and I do the little prayer thing. And then I'm start, like, asking questions, like, you know, just ranting, yelling, being sort of angry at him for doing it. And then I'm like, finally, like, are you happy? And I heard this raven, like, call. And it called, and I was like, you know, all right, I'm a little bit skeptical about all this stuff first. So I started asking him questions. Seeing if it was just responding to my voice, I would also ask it completely random bullshit, intermediated between, like, actual questions. And I would wait to hear a response, because maybe it was only, like, calling whenever, like, it heard something. But no, it would not call whenever I asked it a question that was something random, like, what, you know, what's the capital in Minnesota or some random thing, or, you know, is Bugs Bunny real? It wouldn't say a thing. But whenever I asked the specific things towards him, it would call back. And it was only yes or no. It was either 1 for yes or 2 for no. Like, caw, sort of thing. So I ended up realizing that my buddy was still here. And he had passed on to this. And that was the first incident, or at least the first recognized incident about myself by that. Because it was the only animal I heard the whole time I was there. The only one. It seemed very peculiar to be happening at that time in that way. So from then on out, like, I ended up trying to go to other religious organizations. The Catholic Church, I went to a Jewish buddy of mine, I went to a Hare Krishna group, trying to get, like, his spirit put at ease, one way or another, you know, having the prayer dead read by different religious groups sort of thing. None of it seemed to work. So prior to this, I'll get to the point where I made earlier, I had started seeing the raven whenever something bad was going to happen, and I'd be really worried about my own safety, but I came to realize that anytime I did see it, it was sort of an omen that something bad was going to happen, but also an omen that I'm, like, protected in a way. Like, what may happen, but you're going to come out unscathed or just, you know, slap on the wrist sort of situation. Yeah. And it's continued ever since that moment. Even into Guatemala. Like, I saw ravens so much there. It was moments where I was contemplating things, and then boom, I would see a raven or hear a raven. Like, they'd be on the church. Like, when I first found out about this Moshimon, I went outside. And the very goddamn first thing I see is a raven perched on top of a telephone pole. It was in a way. And I finally get there, and we go inside of this room, and there's a cadaver, like a dead body, in a glass case against, like, one wall. There's a picture of, like, Jesus Christ, Madonna, and child, and another one that I didn't recognize, and sort of like incense decorations, tinted area. And in the middle of this room was this wooden statue. It's a statue of Moshimo. And the sacrifice I ended up giving was a bottle of Jim Beam. And because that was the liquor, if I recall, that he really liked to drink. I believe it was Jim Beam. And I also got him a pack of Marlboro Reds because although he dipped more often than he's smoked, it's hard to find dip in Guatemala.
So he's like a modern deity, like semi.
Moshimo?
Yeah.
No, he's from the ancient Maya. The sacrifice I gave to have Angela's spirit lifted.
True.
I figured if it needed to be something that meant something to him.
Oh no, yeah, that's what my question was.
Here's what they did. They took the bottle of Jim Beam, they opened the top, tilted back the statue, and poured it down its throat.
That's awesome.
And then they take the cigarette, and that's the statue's throat. Like, that's how they do the alcohol. And then they take the cigarettes, and they light the cigarette, and they put it in its mouth. And there's 2 men on each side. There's, like, a little ashtray built into the statue, and they pick it up, and every now and then they take the cigarette, and they dab it, and knocks the thing in. And this is in the mouth of the statue. The statue is just going, like smoking it pretty much. And then when the cigarette's done, they light up another one, put it in the statue's mouth, and continue the process. That's how the sacrifice goes. I mean, that stuff is really given to the statue.
That's awesome.
When I left that room, though, it felt like a piece of me was missing. Like, I felt kind of like you know when somebody passes away?
Yeah.
And you have that, there's a piece of you inside of you that just sort of feels like something's not there anymore.
Yeah.
That was the feeling. It was for the first time I really felt that about him, I guess. And it was almost immediately when we walked right out.
Part of your...
Moshimon became my god because of that. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah?
Yeah. Honest to God, my god is Moshimon. He's the only one that has actually answered any of my prayers.
Good idea.
Alright, so...
Now that we're all in the mood, serious, who's gonna do questions?
I guess I will.
Okay.
Unless you want to.
I say Steven. He is the author, or not the author, the journalist.
Journalist.
If anyone would be the best with words not to piss off a ghost, it'd most likely be the
I
journalist.
do my best.
You're paid to do this sort of thing.
I know, not to piss off ghosts. We'll see how it goes.
We used baby
really
monitors
good.
when Victoria was
Yeah.
younger, and I heard something one time, because I don't really, like, sleep. I go to bed at, like, maybe, like, 3. There was one night when, Aiston was asleep, she was asleep, and I crawled into bed, and I heard, like, this weird noise on the baby monitor, and then all of a sudden it just sounded like this deep-ass growl, and it was loud as hell. It didn't sound like an animal, and it didn't sound like a person, and then all of a sudden Victoria just started screaming and crying. And I made Aiston wake up and go in there, and that was it. I threw the baby monitors out after that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
So,
there's definitely a presence.
I know. Every now and then it sounds like there's like music playing too late at night, but I think it's just the white noise
Yeah.
from like the air vents.
Well,
This
many
actually
people-
slides a lot easier than
Does
what.
it? Alright, let's use
Yeah.
this one then. There's
So
only
if
two
you
of
want to
us.
test it, it's like that's kind of scratchy.
Yeah, you're
you know what? That should be like a commercial for KY Jelly. That whole speech right there.
right. It's on video.
This is the leading brand. I probably shouldn't check Tinder right now, right?
That'll be mildly inappropriate.
I'll get out of it.
Is there anyone there who'd like to speak? Where's it going?
Not sure. Looks like it's just going to the side.
Looks like it's going to the 2. Maybe there's 2 people here.
I'm barely touching it at all. This is...
Is there anyone you want to speak to?
Pretty much just got my finger like resting on the top of it.
Yeah. It looks like it's going off the board.
Do you want to talk to me? It's me you want to talk to.
Yeah, we can try. You want to try?
Yeah, I'm down for one more time.
Alright, go ahead and say goodbye.
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 Peace, bitch. I'm afraid to go around the corner. You don't care if I go pee right over there.
I don't
think-
yeah, it's fine.
I don't want to leave without outside of the light.
Marking there. Yeah. Someone snatches you. What would we do?
What will we do?
What would Jessica and I do if something just snatched you out of the darkness?
We'd run.
Just run. Bye.
We took separate cars. It's okay.
We'll come back for you.
No, you won't.
Yeah, ghost snatched our friend in the...
filming me peeing? Seriously? Seriously?
Say hi to
Camera away.
YouTube.
God damn. Oh, God, turn it off. Look, I've done everything I can to piss off a spirit. Alright?
Was it you, Steven? I think it was you I ran into and I pushed one time and like, or no, I think it was Ron. It was Ron, yeah. He got pee down his leg because
Yeah, that sounds like a Ron moment.
I ran into him so hard.
Alright, Steven. Let's do this shindig so we can go to Jacksonville and
Bam.
party on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
Awesome, I get to be Wayne.
Yeah.
It's because you got the long hair like Garth.
Yeah.
And neither one of us is blonde, though, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And you're a woman, so you can't be Garth.
Look at the wax going everywhere. Someone's gonna come up here and be like, what the
What the
hell?
hell is somebody's doing witchcraft?
I don't even think the white one dripped.
What if
yeah,
they got...
it hasn't dripped at all. It must be like beeswax or
It's
something.
probably the emergency camera.
Candle.
That's what I said, candle. There's no way we can look back on this and ever judge exactly if I said that or not. Oh, this is terrible. You know, I'm gonna be hated by millions or nobody. It's YouTube. It's one or the other.
Any press is good press.
Maybe this is why it. Ew, he's holding a piece of wax.
Choking on the splinters.
His little ant's like carrying a piece of wax. Pandador.
Thank you. I can't remember it. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me?
It's appropriate.
If it doesn't work, it's probably this area. We're getting eaten alive, and it's kind of uncomfortable. It's a weird angle.
Also, one of y'all really keeps making bullshit like jokes.
I'm not moving it. Are you moving it?
No, I'm barely touching it.
Yeah,
Oh man, so it's my fault it wasn't moving?
Sorry,
I wouldn't say that. It moved for us the first time.
Probably because my hands were shaky.
You're not moving it at all?
No. Always touching it.
It's going up towards the sun.
Maybe it means come back in the day. Office hours are closed.
I'm getting eaten alive over here. Oh.
It's going to yes.
Oh.
So someone's definitely there.
Did you ever drive a car? Do you have a license? Are you capable of operating motorized vehicles?
Just ask like one question and give it time.
It was all one question.
I feel like it's stuck.
Maybe, yes, they did have a license.
What was your name?
Easier. What
What
letter did it
is
start with? What
It'll
letter was
spell.
it?
It'll.
Just save time. I don't want to spot out. It takes a while. I don't even know his name is Deborah. Just tell me it started with D. Sorry, I'll quit being offensive. I'm sorry.
It's on the D.
We abbreviated it. Oh.
Come on, understand.
Did it stop on the C? I mean the D?
Yeah, it stopped on the D and then it started moving slowly.
You just always stop on the D.
It's on the S. D-S.
If it spells shut the fuck up, I want to fucking do it.
D-S.
Can't even see. I got my eyes closed for the sake of.
It's back at the D. And there's a little ant with wax in his mouth. It went from like the D to the S, back to the D, but it didn't really stop. It just kind of went to the D and then like towards the Q. And now it's stopped at the T.
They always come back for the D.
No R.
D-S-R-E. D-S-R-E-I.
Maybe he's dyslexic and he's trying to spell desire.
Oh, you grabbed the other stuff?
No, I left the candle so that the next person that comes here thinks something creepy going on. I want a news story. You know this town doesn't have enough good news stories. Leave it there.
Get the fuck out of here!
Leave the candles there. Leave the candles there for the news story.
Oh, God.
No.
What about the white one, though? The white one didn't drip. I'll take the white one back.
No. You gotta leave both. You can't
What?
take one because the way that they are and their color coding obviously says that there's something about this. This is better this way.
White magic and dark magic.
Michael, you doing okay? Friends forever. Friends forever.
If I want to, you will cry too. Happen to you.